Hello everyone, welcome back to Southern Thedas for Elden Dragon Age Origins. Hello Sovereign. So last time we made it to Denerim and did some stuff around there. Met with Alistair's family, who turned out just to his sister just wanted money. And we did some, well, pickpockety things, but it was for a good cause. But we also learned what happened to Brother Genetivi. He's apparently up in Haven. But we're on the that's on the opposite side of the country. And we're already in northern Thedas, so also Carolina wants new armor. So we're gonna go ahead and talk with this guy, Levi Dryden, because we're gonna do Soldier's Peak.
You're a hard woman to find. Where are my manners? The name is Levi Dryden.
Fine, Levy.
Did Duncan ever mention me? Levy of the coins? Levy the trader?
Duncan never mentioned you.
Really? He never told you of old Levy? We've known each other for years.
No, I didn't know.
But here I am
very
carrying
long.
on while you have a blight to stop. Don't want to waste your time. But you see, Duncan promised that together we'd look into something important for the Wardens. And for me. But poor Duncan's, well, no more. A tragedy it is, at that. But I know he would want his work carried on. His pledge fulfilled.
Alright. How did you know Duncan?
It's a bit of a tale, that is. But I'm the one who brought the Grey Wardens back to Ferelden.
Really?
Well, I was one of the ones. There were a lot of us. Maker's breath, I'm a bit nervous. Honoured to be here, really.
Alright. Go ahead and tell your tale.
After King Marek freed us from the Orlesians, the Grey Wardens begged the King's permission to come into Ferelden, some sort of internal business. Me and a mess of other Warden sympathisers spoke on behalf of your order. Tan Loghain was very much against letting Orlesian Wardens in the kingdom. But Marek, Andraste, bless him, was a fair-minded monarch and he let them in.
Alright. Go on, I'm listening.
So that's why I was there when the Wardens and their leader, Genevieve, presented herself to the king. The first Wardens in Ferelden in over a century. Proudest day of my life, that was. Duncan was a bit of a scamp back then. We were of an age and struck up a friendship. The king himself went with the Wardens on their mysterious business. When he returned, he rescinded King Ardland's decree, and the Wardens came back to Ferelden for good.
Now, I don't know why they brought in Orlesian Wardens. Probably because they're next door. But if the Wardens wanted to be politically savvy, they would have their first envoy back to Ferelden would not have a single Orlesian Warden in there. They'd all be from like the Anderfells, like Duncan, or the Marches, or Antiva, or Ravain, but or even Navarre, but none from Orlesian. I'll just go some. Yeah, I wonder why they're familiar with the land, because they occupied it. But in tactically speaking, Orlesian Wardens would be best for Ferelden. But the first ones, diplomatically speaking, should have not been Orlesians. You bring in the Orlesians after you got a foothold. I know Duncan's not a Legion, but Guinevere was. And she was the one that led. That's the thing. But no, Duncan, I believe, was from the Enderfells. Anyway, why were the Grey Wardens cast up by Ireland?
People say it's because the Wardens have become terribly unpopular. Just soaking up tires and not doing a bleeding thing for the kingdom. I say that's bollocks, as recent events have shown.
Well, I guess thanks for bringing the Wardens back.
Oh, his stomach's all aflutter. You're welcome.
What promise did Duncan make to you?
Well, as you know, my family's name is mud around noble circles. My great-great-grandmother, Sophia Dryden, was the last Warden commander of Ferelden back when the Wardens were known as freeloaders. So King Cousland banished the Wardens, and he took House Dryden's land and titles.
Yeah, typically, Wardens are supposed to give up titles and land when they join the Wardens. Will that happen? No. Because after the Civil War, Ferelden's going to need both their wardens as nobles first in order to prevent the country from, falling to chaos. Snoke bylaw in their codices and the Lord's plight. Oh! I was just going off of what the cutscene said, but okay. I guess I interpreted wrong. My bad. What happened next?
Hard to say. After King Cousland died, there was a civil war, loads worse than this one. And our family was on the run, hunted by enemies, with nary a friend in the world. But Drydens are tough. We rebuilt, became merchants, and we never lost our pride.
That's good. So what favor did you ask of Duncan?
I asked for the truth. My family reveres Sophia Dryden. We know she died at the old Grey Warden base, Soldier's Peak. We want evidence to clear her name. It won't restore our land or our titles, but it'll restore our honor.
Oh, I've never even heard of Soldier's Peak.
Well, no one's been to Soldier's Peak since Ireland's days. At least none that's come back. I spent years mapping the maze of tunnels to the peak. I found the way a few years
to the
back.
kingdom that the
So I
king
went to
was
Duncan,
off
I
one
did,
day to see
and I
them.
said that he could reclaim
Yeah.
the old base, and my family could have it
Caitlin was
back.
definitely a glory hound. Not a good quality in a king. I mean, it's good for the troops to see their king lead from the front. But by the same token, a good king should also know when not to lead from the front. Cousland does so too, according to... Yeah, she does. We disavow DAI. Do we disavow Inquisition? I actually liked Inquisition. And it's not that Lady Cousland goes out to seek death. She goes out to prevent it. To end the calling. I disavow Velgard. But Inquisition... I consider Inquisition the last Dragon Age game. Because if we're not going to consider Inquisition, then we have to disavow Dragon Age 2.
I can pick my way through the tunnels at the base of Soldier's Peak, but the place, well, they say it's haunted, and it'll be dangerous for certain. Will you think on it at least?
Sure, I'll help you find the truth of your family name. I can't guarantee you'll like it, but your family's faith will be rewarded. I'll help you.
1,000 blessings upon you, Warden. I'll mark down the location on your map. When you arrive, we'll pick our way through the tunnels together.
Now, there are some things in Inquisition that I don't really mean, it's kind of a plot hole, like how Alistair's mother didn't die in childbirth and was actually a mage the whole time, and an elf. But, you know. Alright. So, I believe we talked with everyone last time. Let's go ahead and head out to Soldier's Peak. It's fine. Yeah, I like elves, so it's not that big of an issue for me. I get that it's an issue in Thedas, but the mage one is a bigger one. And then her being alive when she's supposed to be dead. The whole thing is fine. In my opinion, the always a mage is dumb, as is the secretly didn't die somehow. Canonically, half-elves aren't a thing. So. Half-elves are a thing, they just don't inherit a lot of the elven physical traits. They look and can pass for human. Alright, so we're going to bring Alistair. Yes. We'll bring Wynn. Who else should come? I don't really need a rogue, so... Zevran and Liliana. 10, level 10. Well, I'll need a warrior. Let's go ahead and bring Stan.
Yes.
Alright, so Soldier's Peak is here. We're technically at Denerim. So we're going to go ahead and head to Soldier's Peak. Which, is Soldier's Peak an Amaranthine? No, I know, I think Amaranthine's actually right here.
And here we are, Soldier's Peak. Maker's breath. Look at the size of her. What a fortress. I told you the map would get us through the tunnels.
Just a minute, you were lost a couple times.
I wasn't lost, it's just that the map got soggy. Bah, we're here. So, I'll follow you about, from a distance. This place has the stench of death. I expect there's trouble up ahead.
Soldier's Peak. Looks like it's seen better days.
All right.
Centuries, more like.
There's fireflies around here. Okay, I know they're not called fireflies, but they remind me of Final Fantasy X fireflies. So that's what I'm calling them.
Fall back! Fall back already!
Taking the peak will not be easy, my lord.
I gave the Wardens one chance to die with honor. Instead, they hole up like cowards. We follow the King's advice, then. Starve them out.
But the peak has months of supplies.
Then we wait. When they are too weak to lift their weapons, we will send them to their final judgment.
I mean, that's how sieges happened.
Felt a bit woozy there. I'm not mad, am I? You saw it too?
I had a vision too, Levy.
How's that possible? This place truly is haunted.
The veil is thin here. The circle tower was that way too.
The veil?
That's what separates us from the Fade and demons.
Demons? Thank Andraste.
I only know that because we went to the Circle Tower
After
first.
you.
Alright. Also, before we begin, I did some messing around modding my equipment. So my weapon, the longbow Ironbark, gives me 10 plus 10 armor, a chance to knock back targets, plus 10 to dex, plus 10 fire damage, and plus 25% critical backstab damage. But the more important thing that you guys would want to know, our family sword is now red steel, tier 5. We have plus 1 to damage, plus 4 to attack, plus 10 fire damage, plus our 2 runes. We have plus 5 electricity damage and plus 10 damage to darkspawn. So, I figured out how to upgrade the family sword. We're gonna stab the archdemon with it. Alright, you know what? Let's summon a bear. Alright. Oh shit.
You have no skill, only desperation. That's right, come on! Now's better than later.
Boarded skeletons, huh? Oh shit. Alright. Go ahead and save. That's Lord. Board and Master Scout. Antique wooden crossbow. Okay.
Look, before we go any further, I want to say something.
Okay.
I appreciate that you brought me to see my sister, and that that you were there to talk me down after we left. You're a true friend, and I love you. I just wanted to tell you that.
Did we not do this last time? Oh, okay. Too. Love you too.
Well, now that that's out of the way, something you need, my dear?
Not right now. Okay, grab that. And there's a lot of things to loot. Okay. Lyrium potion. I don't need lyrium potions. I'm not a mage. Now, Elrond needed a shit ton of those. Oh, seems like Sten leveled up. Well then, Sten, let's go ahead and get your constitution up. 2 sunder armor, 2 unit strength. Do 2 unit strength. Okay. All right. as we go on the keep.
The men's morale is low. My spells are of no use in this matter, Commander.
There is more to leading men than sorcery, Avernus. I will remind them that they're wardens. Men, I won't lie to you. The situation is grim. Our forces outnumbered, our bellies empty, and our hearts are sagging. But we are wardens! Darkspawn flee when they hear our horns.
Do
Our
they?
demons die when they taste our blades. So are we to bend knee to a mere human despot? No! I, for one, will never give up. I, for one, will never surrender just to dance on Arlen's gallows. So I propose here and now, in these hallowed halls where generations of our brethren stood vigil against darkspawn and evil, that we send a message to that fat bastard. In this sacred place, proud men, strong men stood defiant, and would rather die than submit to tyranny.
So brave, even when starving, and my great-great-grandmother stood with them.
King Arland was a tyrant.
Not much is known of King Arland. The War of Succession that followed his death, now that was a piece of work. Lasted nearly a decade, and almost burned Denerim and the palace to the ground. Loads of history was lost, but maybe there's answers to that inside. But I've gabbed enough. Lead on, my friend.
Okay, we're gonna switch to our stabby stab weapons right now. I'll do.
Spot it.
Statement of defense. The poster reads, "On these grounds, virtuous men stood against a tyrant. They stood defiant and stood for freedom, and they died." It is signed by the Grey Warden defenders who were besieged by King Arlen's forces. Read the names of the fallen. Captain Mello, the Black Ferret, Chair Thrower Lopez, Sir Derek of Orlais, and Jason the Longbow. Alan the Quibbler, Cartography Martyr, David the Silent, Dustin the Colorblind, Ebinger the Bovine Brethren, Farrell the Feral, Sir Graham the Untiring, and Jason Sands the Argonauts. Okay. Langley the Nefarious, Lucky Lacuna, Mad Dog Meadows, Matthias the Bloody. I didn't know Toros was here. McGurk the Vile Priest, Melissa the Magical Malefactor, Alm the Stretched, and Pakrak Durskin. Sergeant Red Morrison, Santos the Silent Scimitar, Vitriolic Eric, Weak Eye Santos, and Wolbrin the Exhaustive Fire. I think the best one was Jason Sands the Argonauts. Alright, so what's in here? Barracks. Oh shit. Excuse me. I must stab you. Tharl. loot. Fucking hell.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Just unlock the chest here. Health potion.
Got it.
Can I summon my bear again, or is that not allowed? Oh, there he is.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Let's go
Got
in
it.
here. This ain't the old Murray.
You called.
Um,
I am hardly surprised. Very well.
yeah, I don't
As
think
you
we
wish.
have anything to say. Or I don't think he's got anything to say until we get a sword.
Now's better than later. All right.
Grab that. Grab that.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Grab that. Archivist book. This book is badly burned. You can make out a word here and there, and that is all.
The door won't hold, Archivist.
Almost done. The truth must be told.
What does it matter? We're dead.
Our grand rebellion so close. And to die here, a stillbirth.
We never should have done it. Wardens aren't supposed to oppose kings and princes.
Should we stand idly by?
Another one. Rebellion? What's this about a rebellion? If only the book weren't burned.
Maybe there are other records.
We can only hope.
I mean, true, the wardens aren't supposed to rebel against established governments. But if Arlen really was a tyrant, and they were doing this on the behalf of Ferelden, I mean, I can't condemn them for that, but we need to know more. I mean, I'm an American. Rebelling against tyrants is kind of a thing.
Make them pay for every inch, men! Hold the flank! Avernus, we need you!
Blood magic?
Andraste's blood! What?
More Avernus! Whatever it takes!
Alright.
Toss!
Press them! Press them now!
I get that
I
wardens
command you, fight the king's men!
do whatever it takes to fight the Darkspawn,
Suffering and
but against other people, there's a line, and you just crossed it.
Your soul is mine, Avernus.
Acolytes, retreat now. The battle is lost.
Avernus!
What just happened? Oh no, more fighting.
Alright, well, go. Alright, well, they're healing him, so guess what? You're fucking dead. You're next.
The wardens summoned demons. Can't believe it.
Is there?
And my grandmother.
Is there what?
She knew.
I mean, the way I interpret this is that the Wardens will do whatever it takes to defeat the Darkspawn. Because the Darkspawn is what could be considered the Godzilla threshold for Thedas. Normally, there's certain lines you don't cross, but when the Godzilla threshold is activated, aka a threat that is so existential that if you don't defeat it, extinction is the only outcome, then yeah, there's really no lines on the table anymore. But the Wardens weren't fighting the Darkspawn. They were fighting, at worst, a tyrant. I don't believe summoning demons is a line you're allowed to cross when fighting a petty despot. Raining fireballs down on his men? Sure. Why not? But so while technically this is true, Wardens don't forbid blood magic. I don't think it should have been used in this situation, so I'm going to say we must press on.
Of course. I'll stop my nattering then.
You're quite taken with each other, aren't you?
You know about Alistair and me?
It's hard not to notice the doe-eyed looks he gives you, especially when he thinks no one's watching. It's almost too sweet for my tastes, and I'm an old lady who should be making lace hearts and fuzzy blankets with animal motifs.
Well, you're not like the average old lady.
No, I won't be making socks with pom-poms for you anytime soon. But that's hardly my point. I've noticed your blossoming relationship, and I wanted to ask you where you thought it was going. Alistair is a fine lad, skilled in battle, but quite inexperienced when it comes to affairs of the heart. I would hate to see him get hurt.
Are you saying I might hurt Alistair?
Not intentionally, no. But there is great potential for tragedy here, for one or both of you. You are both Grey Wardens, and he is the son of a king.
Yeah, and I'm the son of, and I'm the daughter of a Terran.
Which supersede your personal desires.
I'm gonna go with 3. I'm a human being with emotions, not just a Grey Warden.
Love is ultimately selfish. It demands that one be devoted to a single person, who may fully occupy one's mind and heart to the exclusion of all else. A Grey Warden cannot afford to be selfish. You may be forced to make a choice between saving your love and saving everyone else. And then what would you do?
Well, I wish there was an option to say, yeah, I love Alistair. But that doesn't mean I'm going to shirk my duties. I was raised a noble. Part of the training for power is learning how to wield it responsibly. So, I mean, I get your point, Win, but Jesus. So what am I supposed to do? Tell Alistair to go away?
You may have to save one or both of you unnecessary anguish later on.
So I should inflict pain now to avoid it later. Great logic.
I have given my advice. Do with it what you will.
Yeah, when
Got it.
you do have wisdom, but right now you don't. Alright, let's see here. Also, I'm not going to take advice on love from someone who's actively shunned it their entire life. Although I will give you a new staff. There you go. Enjoy.
I'll get on it.
Alright, well, we've got a... Is that an alluvian? I think that's an alluvian. Let's see what's over here? Okay, nothing of interest. Come on, come on. I guess we'll go up here. And... get attacked. I guess my bear died. Oh well.
Step no further, Warden. This one would speak with you.
Who or what are you?
This one is the Dryden, Commander, Sophia. All these things.
No, that is the body.
You have slain many of the demon ilk to get here. This one would propose a deal.
Levi, I'm afraid your great-grandmother is possessed.
That, or she's really let herself go. My great-great-grandmother is dead. I don't know what that is.
Is there anything of the real Sophia left inside you?
This one has tasted her memories, seen her thoughts and hidden places. But she is food for this one. No more, no less.
And why should I trust a demon?
What is one woman child compared to your might? Strike me down if my terms offend. A fool this one would be to betray the Warden.
Well, I've heard enough. Time to die.
Fool!
Sorry, Levi, but we're gonna put your grandma to rest. Your great-grandma. Whatever. Alright. The Warden Commander armor. Hells yes. This is what I've been looking for. Okay, so plus 50 stamina. Fire resistance. I'll have to upgrade it later, but I can do that. Alright. Yeah, I like this armor. Times that bonus. Nice. Okay. Is there anything? Book. Sophia Dryden's journal. 21 Eluvista. It is done. The nobles have thrown their lot in with Arland. Arland, the snot-nosed man-child. Arland, who did not walk till he was in his 5th year. Arland, who had to be pried off his nursemaid's breasts not 2 years ago. Or so it is whispered. The Terrans and the Arls believe him to be a simpleton and easily led. But I have seen something in the boy's eye, and it terrifies me. 10 Morlus. I watched the summer day processions from a room in the high in Fort Draken. The regent has me for treason, when my only guilt is of being true to my country and my heart. My guard's tongue was easily loosened with the gift of a ruby ring, and I am told that the bands are fighting against my sentence. I shall pray, but not in the hope that it'll be anything but the gallows for me. 2 Ferventus. The draught was like bitter fire, but I survived. Weep for me, for I survived. Would that they had made a clean end for me. I should have died a lady, the greatest of the Drydens, not lived to become this nothing, this monstrous nothing. 9 Maternalis. Enough. I shall waste no more time with the wretched womanish lamentation. Death would have been easy, but fate saw fit to spare me, and I will seize upon this chance. The Grey Wardens are an army, and the old commander is weak, a wisp of a man. I will inspire the Wardens, and Arland will rue the day he spared my life. Okay. So I'm wondering if Arland was actually a tyrant, or if this was just revenge. Or a combination. Most likely a combination. Arlessa did not give her life. Isolde is still alive. We can check that after. Okay, after we're done with the DLC, we're going back to Redcliffe because I need to make sure that she's not dead. I mean, that's the whole point why we went to the Mage Circle.
Got it.
Alright, well. Let's see here. Let's go out this way.
Now's better than later. I see a trap.
Oh yeah, I forgot to level up.
Alright.
Alright, level 12. Get coup de grace, which is passive. And get evasion. Device mastery. Yeah, we're gonna get device mastery. I want to be able to unlock everything.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back? Got it.
Alright. Jesus. Ability notes. This appears to be old research of the Mage of Furnace. They detail a series of experiments in terrorist clinical handwriting.
Day 32. The subject is not responding to the stimuli. Testing the pain threshold has uncovered nothing. Only 3 subjects are left. Day 82. If only I could reproduce last night's extraordinary success. Electricity is only a catalyst. The blood is the key. Day 97. Energy and blood. Repeated applications have duplicated the results. I conjecture that success can be induced alchemically. But there are no more subjects left. If only I had 1 more or a dozen. The things I could do.
Okay. Okay, so what's down here? Nothing. Okay. Well, we've got this book.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Furnace's notes. The taint allows us to sense the darkspawn. The longer we survive the taint in our blood, the more potent it becomes. Fortunately, this corruption will eventually overwhelm the Warden over time. It devours both mind and body, leaving nothing. But what if the spread of the corruption could be stopped, or contained in some way? What if the Warden could become more powerful without having that power kill him? How great would that power be? Would it be enough to stop the demons? The joining ritual is crude. We take into ourselves the blood of the darkspawn in the most obvious way. Most die from the corruption immediately. It is, after all, poison. There must be some way to refine the joining, isolate the true power that is found in the darkspawn blood, and leave behind the evil that kills us. I can feel the corruption starting to take its toll on my body. I must not succumb. There's too much work to be done. Through my magic, I've been able to slow its inevitable spread, but not stop it completely. I'm starting to hear things, even while awake. A voice more beautiful than any other, that calls to me from the depths. In my dreams, I see the Black City, and I am drawn towards it. There is something there, an answer to what this taint is. This taint that we share with the Darkspawn. Sounds like he was beginning to hear his calling. A chemical concoction. This noxious potion appears the culmination of Avernus's horrific research. It promises to unlock the hidden potential of the tainted blood you drank during the joining. Well, if I don't use it, then everyone died for nothing. Also, out of game, it gives you better power. There's no reason not to drink it other than, you know, just... I mean, this is the big thing that you do in the... You play the DLC for, is the extra powers. So, down the hatch! That is a big fucking bottle. Pain wrecks your body, but there is power in this pain. And a hint of understanding. Achievement unlocked. Diabolist. Oh boy. Why'd you have to name it that? Alright. Power of Blood. Dark Passage, it's passive. Tapping into the power of tainted blood makes the rogue more nimble and able to move more quickly while using stealth, and more likely to dodge a physical attack. The tainted blade, sustained. The rogue's blood gushes forth, coating the edges of weapons with a deadly taint. The character gains a bonus to damage determined by the cunning attribute, but suffers continuously depleting health in return. Ew, that's not a good one. But this passive one, that works. I mean, I guess the sustained one, where, you know, we literally bleed on our blades, that could work in a pinch.
You called.
No, I didn't.
As you wish.
Your fucking head got in the way
Now's
of
better
the
than
door.
later.
I hear you. Don't disrupt my concentration.
I proceed to disrupt your concentration.
Even now, the demons seek to replenish their numbers. Are you to thank for this welcomed but temporary imbalance?
I know your crimes, Avernus. You're a monster.
A monster? For 100 years, I have fought them. Thought by thought, spell by spell. If I am a monster, it is because I must be one.
This is why mages must be bound. This one is like an animal gone rabid. It must be put down.
The same could be said of your entire people, Canary.
I mean, he does have a point.
Why are you here? What is your intent?
The loyal members of the Qun will not stop until, you know, the Qun is spread to all of Thedas. We see this very much play out in Inquisition. I've seen your experiments.
They were necessary. Any tool, any iota of information that could defeat the fell demons was justified. As a warden, you should know that.
Necessary. Having to relieve yourself after an 8-hour ride is necessary. But there's no excuse for summoning demons.
Charming.
Debating whether or not I should let you live.
And here, I thought you would rescue me. There is a precise mystical balance here. My every breath is dedicated to keeping the tear in the veil from ripping wider. And you would kill me now? Your narrow-minded actions would ensure that this place teems with their kind.
I said I was debating. I want some answers.
To what questions, I wonder? Ask.
Sophia's great-grandson brought me here. Levy, go ahead.
Master Mage, sir, my family name has been worth less than dirt for over a century. Do you have any proof that Sophia was a hero?
The boy who braved the mists. So you heeded my call. And you are a Dryden. The cosmos has a sense of humor.
Your call.
He was but a boy when he entered the tunnels below the peak. His heart pure,
his character certain. In dreams, I gave him the keys he would need. He would be my deliverance.
Just answer Levi's questions.
Your great-great-grandmother was the best of us. Brave, charismatic, fiery, utterly devoted to the fight. But still we lost. We fought against a tyrant, you know, so full of vigor then, so blind to consequence. But proof? There's none to be had.
Sorry, Levi.
I had hoped. But thank you, Warden.
Alright, tell me what happened here.
What use would storytelling serve? The tyrant Arland is long dead, as is all our noble co-conspirators and the Grand Rebellion. Sophia's corpse may walk and talk, but she too...
Dude, I'm literally wearing her armor. Her corpse is dead. How was Arland a tyrant?
He ruled with fear and poison, his treachery pit noble against noble in terrible battle. We thought him a monster. We gathered allies to rebel. But the toll of years has erased our failure, hasn't it? It seemed so pressing then. But the kingdom lives on.
Alright, yeah, I don't know that summoning so many demons was foolhardy.
Perhaps, but it was survival. For months, I prepared the summoning circles, researched the darkest depths of the Fade. That moment was a triumph of demonic law. Dozens of demons, called by my hand. But, with so many variables, I suppose, calculation errors were inevitable. Ugh. I was so close.
You're to blame for all this. There's some things you just don't do.
From a warden, that means something. So tired, so old. Let me undo my greatest of mistakes. Let me cleanse this place. Then I will accept whatever justice you feel I merit.
Commander Dryden knew about the demons?
She gave the order. I would have summoned the demons anyway. Only under wardens can true magical research continue. A chance to rediscover the secrets of ancient Tevinter.
You do remember how that ended, right? Black City, Darkspawn.
Chantry lies told to subjugate the mages, to keep them docile.
How do you know the Chantry's wrong?
And how do you know they are right? Their faith would have you swallow a great deal for small comfort.
All I know is there's got to be a middle ground. I can agree with this guy if you're a mage. Scary. Yeah, I know. I remember that option when I was Elrond. But do I believe that the Chantry is using that tale to subjugate mages? Yes. Absolutely. We can see it in the Gallows in Dragon Age 2. But by the same token, I believe that Tevinter is not something you want to aspire to. Would much rather mages not necessarily ruling, but coexisting. Maybe don't copy Metrocratic Rome. Exactly. But, I do believe that mages should be taught to control their powers, because unchecked they can be very dangerous. But that's the same way for anyone. I mean, anyone can be dangerous if they want to. It's just that mages are more prone to it, just due to the circumstances of their birth. But I would like Thedas to get to the point where mages can walk freely down the streets of Denerim or Kirkwall or Val Royeaux without having Templars watching their every move. But I also don't want, mages carting around slaves that they use as batteries for blood magic. There's a nice middle ground, people. Anyway, I want to talk about something else.
Yes?
How have you survived these many years?
The Chantry foolishly forbids blood magic, but there are so many secrets to uncover. As my body decayed, I found ways to extend it. But that can only go so far.
Alright, what was the purpose of your experiments?
To stop the demonic tide, to correct the miscalculations of the past. Blood magic comes from demons. They could counter every bit of law I knew. But the Darkspawn taint, that is alien to them. And it has power.
What power?
The Wardens use it merely to sense Darkspawn. A triviality. My research has discovered so much more. Hinted at even greater heights. This knowledge could not only save Soldier's Peak, with it the Wardens could grow even more powerful.
Alright. Well, time for questions is over.
So be it. My only request, if justice or vengeance drive you, stay your hand until the demons are dealt with.
Until the demons are dead, we are allies. Let's see here. Repairing the veil. Well, yeah, let's, Yeah.
That will do for now. We must go to the Great Hall. There, I will repair the damage I caused so long ago. There will be peril. The demons will fight us every step of the way. Come.
Alright, well. There's a chest over there. Just gonna unlock it. Grab that. Eh. Yeah, I didn't feel like I could call him out on sacrificing his fellow wardens, because I kind of drank the results of his experiment.
We must act quickly. The demons are clawing on the gates. The veil must be closed.
Alright. What do I do?
I will unravel the summoning circles I drew so long ago. Waves of spirits and demons may come through. Dispatch them. I will begin. First, I must summon the magical energies. I feel them. They're coming.
Alright. Let's go. Murder, death, kill those demons. son of a bitch. Ah. All right.
It's over. The veil is strong now. Stronger, at least. I said I'd submit to judgment. And so I shall. Can I be left to experiment in peace?
You must atone. Research ways to help the Wardens. Ethically.
With what time I have left, I will do this. It may take months or years for my research to reach fruition. When it does, I will send for you. Thank you for this, Warden.
You've done it, Warden. Soldier's Peak is safe again.
Yay.
That old geezer of Vernus deserves the gallows if you ask me, but people will do queer things to survive. But if he does the proper research, without the sacrifices and blood magic and all, maybe he'll turn up something good. But there was no proof to redeem my family.
The past won't offer redemption. Try the future instead.
For so long, I was focused on the past, on answers. But I think I would have been better off had I stayed at home. Enough of that, though. I find myself at a loss. You've got a whole fortress now. I suppose I should start plying my trade again.
Any chance I can convince you to stay on?
You know I'm no good in a fight, but I'm a fair trader if I do say so myself. My cousins have been looking for a safe place to store trade goods, and the Peak will do nicely. Whatever the Drydens have to offer are yours, for a sizable discount.
Looks like we're done here. A demonic invasion thwarted, a Warden base safely rescued. We do good work.
Master of the Peak and wind leveled up. Let's put that in magic and willpower. Next is we get... We'll do actually combat training. So she can learn more offensive magic stuff. Life word. And caster place a protective ward on an ally that automatically restores health when the ally falls close to death. Alright, well, we have completed.
Once my family comes, I might have some merchandise you could buy. Might tidy the place up a bit too.
We've completed Soldier's Peak. It's now a base for us. Oh yeah, I go down this way? Yeah, okay. It's like, how do I get out of here? Alright, we're gonna quick save. Oh, not that way.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off?
All right. Well, let's go ahead and sally forth. We're gonna have to wait a day or so before we can start.
Got it.
using this as a base. Let's head back to camp, then we'll head to the Civil War.
I have been studying Mother's grimoire.
Oh, hello.
Do you wish to hear what I have found?
What did you find?
'Tis not what I expected. I had hoped for a collection of her spells, a map of the power that she commands. But this is not it.
Yet you looked disturbed.
Disturbed? Yes, perhaps that is the right word. One thing in particular within her writings disturbs me. Here, in great detail, Flemeth explains the means by which she has survived for centuries.
Let me guess. She drinks blood, eats children.
That is closer to the truth than you might think.
Yeah, I was trying to be funny.
Flemeth has raised many daughters over her long lifetime. There are stories of these many witches of the wilds throughout chastened legend, yet I have never seen a one, and always wondered why not. And now I know. They are all Flemeth. When her body becomes old and wizened, she raises a daughter, and when the time is right, she takes her daughter's body for her own.
So why would she risk sending you with me?
I do not know. Perhaps 'tis as she said, the Darkspawn threaten her as much as they threaten anyone else. Or perhaps she believes that this journey will make me more powerful. According to the tome, if the host is already powerful and trained in magic, it takes far less time for Flemeth to settle in.
Are you certain about this?
Indeed. That is primarily what this tome details. The various daughters that Flemeth has acquired. Their preparation and training. I recognize all of it. I am to be her next host. This is my purpose.
So what do you intend to do about it?
There is only one possible response to this. Flemeth needs to die. I will not sit about like an empty sack waiting to be filled. Flemeth must be slain, and I need your help to do it.
Alright. I'll help you if I can.
Then what needs to be done is for you to go back to Flemeth's hut in the Kakari Wilds without me. If I am present when she is slain, I cannot be certain that she will not be able to possess my body right then. So I must remain at the camp, confront her, and slay her quickly. I doubt she will truly be dead even then, but it will take her years to find a new host and recover her power, if that is even possible.
It'll take her a year.
The thing I must have is her true grimoire. With it, I can defend against her power in the future. Everything else in her hut is yours.
Ching. I'll see what I can do.
I am grateful. The sooner this can be done, the sooner it will set my mind at ease.
Alrighty, so we got Morgan's, for lack of a better term, loyalty quest. Kill Flemeth. But unlike most loyalty quests, she can't actually be present. But we're not going to do it right away because, for those of you who don't know, Flemeth's really fucking powerful. I'm not going to tell you how powerful, in case you really don't know. But let's just say I'd rather finish the Sacred Urn quest first. Then we'll go kill Flemeth. But let's see what I can sell.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road.
What's your story exactly?
Well, if you're really interested, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to tell you. I am originally from Orzammar, the famed dwarven city that lies beneath the stately Frostback Mountains. I was a merchant there, too. Merchant caste. These things are in the blood, you know. You can't just leave them behind. I ran a fairly successful business. Rare artifacts, you know. Old things, grand things. The nobles loved them. Reminded them of the lost glory days, I suppose.
Why'd you leave?
One day, a noble woman came to my store. She looked around for a bit and then started shrieking in dismay. Apparently, she believed that a pair of braces I had for sale once belonged to her brother. He'd been lost in a cave-in, you see, while on an expedition to clear out the Darkspawn from one of the tunnels running close to the city. They were made specially for him. They're unique, she shrieked. He stole them from my poor brother's corpse. She had me arrested on the spot, of course. Nobles, they're touchy like that.
Did you steal them?
Well, I didn't steal them. You see, I'd been paying these castless thugs to venture out into the deep roads for. The lost ties. They're full of things that people left behind. Sometimes you can find a treasure. Something worth a little gold.
I would be horrified, but that is literally how fantasy RPG games economies work. The player character loots the dead and sells the shit. Hell, I'm wearing my kills armor. Also, Carolina's a rogue, so she gets it. Better do something with them than leave them to rot.
That's exactly how I see it. The noblewoman, she wasn't too happy with the theft of her brother's braces. I don't know what they planned for me, and I didn't want to find out. Bribed the guard that was watching me and took off for the surface first opportunity I got. Never looked back.
And now you're here.
Yes, here I am. Now, is there anything the boy or I can get you?
Didn't mention your son in the tale.
Ah, yes. I'm married to a fine woman back in Denerim, it's true. She'd give me a son if she could, but that's not likely to ever be. Sandal here. I found him in the deep roads years ago. Abandoned, I think, and he was never quite right in the head. I took him in, and I brought him with me when I came here to the surface. He may not be my blood, true, but I think of him as one.
We left Orzammar.
That's right, boy. Maybe one day we'll see it again.
Well, that was very generous of you.
It's not as if I don't benefit, mind you. Turns out the boy's a natural working with enchantments. He might have even been lyrium-addled. I never thought of that before, to be honest. Happens sometimes. He can work an enchantment into just about anything, however, given some time. Could probably open his own shop, if he knew how.
Enchantment.
Well, he does seem to enjoy it, at least.
Well, let me see your wares.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Alright, so let's see here. We're gonna go ahead and sell this short bow, the antique warden crossbow, because nobody is going to use that, fire bolts, the enchanter staff, the mace, keep the green blade, the thorn of the dead gods. Armor, let's get rid of these. We'll keep that. Hell, I might even give that to Sten. We're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna get rid of that. We'll give these to Liliana. Thane helmet. Bard's dancing shoes. Silverhammer's tack masters. Oh yeah. Didn't look at the weapons. Sylvan's Mercy. Huh? Jesus. Alright, the stuff. The spell ward. +5 willpower. +8 health regen. +14 or +30% spell resistance plus chance of one. We actually don't need the health regen while exploring. Nah. No. Alright. Oh yeah, we need to give Zevran some gifts. That's right. Small gold bar.
I shall treasure it. Thank you.
Rare Antivan brandy.
I shall treasure it. Thank you.
There you go. And we're gonna go to Liliana. Okay. Studded leather gloves, studded leather boots. And battle dress of the provocateur. There you go. Alright. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and talk with... Well, before we talk with people, let's go fight that Civil War thing. We're gonna bring...
Yes.
Alistair. We'll bring... Liliana. I'll bring Morgan. Civil War. Oh, we get attacked first. Or random encounter. Looks like it's a random encounter. Well, let's level up Liliana. Let's get her dex up to 30, and then let's get her cunning up. Combat training. Distraction, Song of Courage. And then dual weapon finesse. Oh yeah, Morgan. Level up to her willpower. Do chain lightning, that'd be fun. Waking nightmare. Yeah, we're gonna do Stone Fist. Okay.
Rough travels out here, eh? We even saw Darkspawn on the way in.
Darkspawn, you don't say.
Right, Darkspawn. We killed a whole band of them on the way up from Lothering. We're delivering a message to the Chantry in Denerim. You?
What's this message about?
We saw a blood mage down near the Brazilian forest. We're off to tell the Chantry about him.
Well, I'm here to stop you.
I thought you said... Wait, you're serious?
Why not let us deliver your message?
I suppose that's all right. As long as it gets there. Stay safe.
Hello, Ross. Welcome to Strem. Accusations. You track down the adventurers and put a stop to their questionable testimony. Return the mages collected for your reward. See, I can be diplomatic.
Get your horses off Ben Talman's land. We won't bend needle again.
Loghain is the regent. He demands your...
We're not
Are you on fire? No, my weapons are.
We owe no man
They're
our allegiance.
enchanted.
Leave!
Take their lands by force, men. Regent's orders.
We showed those Loghain upstarts.
Yes, we did. Well, let's loot the dead.
I'll get on it. Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Alrighty, let's go ahead and venture forward. Oh, turn back. Fine. Fine. I won't go that way. Suddenly the screams of the cultists from blood come to mind. Name when you set them on fire. And I say when, not if, because you would too. Ross, clearly you don't know me well enough, but there's a reason why I went out of my way to commission this emote. I like fire. So if a game gives me the option to light something or someone on fire, and they deserve it, I'm going to take it. Alright, let's head back to camp.
I lied to you, you know, about why I left Orlais.
So you didn't get tired of the life.
In a way I did. But these feelings were triggered by events which I did not tell you about. I didn't feel like talking about it then. What happened to me? Maybe it will affect us, maybe not, but you should know. I came to Ferelden and the Chantry because I was being hunted in Orlais.
Hunted? For what?
I was framed, betrayed by someone I thought I knew and could trust. Marjolaine. She was my mentor and friend. She taught me the bardic arts, how to enchant with words and song, to carry myself like a highborn lady, to blend in as a servant. The skills I learned, I used to serve her, my bard master, because I loved her, and because I enjoyed what I did.
How did she betray you?
You can say it was my fault. There was a man I was sent to kill. I was to bring Marjolaine everything he carried. I don't know who this man was. She gave me a name and a description, and I hunted him down. I found documents on his body, sealed documents.
Important documents?
It turns out that they were. My curiosity got the better of me. Something told me that I needed to know what was in those letters. Marjolaine had been selling all kinds of information about Orlais to other countries, Nevarra and Antiva among others. It was treason.
Isn't that what bards do?
Some. But I had always assumed Marjolaine only operated within Orlais. This was an unhappy surprise for me. My life as bard taught me that my loyalties should be kept fluid. My concern was not that she was a traitor, but that her life would be in danger if she was caught. Orlais has been at war with so many countries.
Yeah,
it takes
okay.
a harsh view of such things, as I later discovered.
Most countries don't appreciate treason.
I should have left well alone, but I didn't. I had to tell Marjolaine I feared for her life. She brushed aside my concern. She admitted her guilt, but said it was in the past. That is why the documents had to be destroyed, she said. I believed her. I kept believing up till the moment they showed me the documents, altered by her hand, to make me look the traitor.
Who's they?
The Orlesian guards. They captured me. Did terrible things to make me confess and reveal my conspirators. It was a traitor's punishment I endured. And at the end of it, all that awaited me was eternity in an unmarked grave.
And how did you get out?
The skills Marjolaine taught me were good for something at least. I broke free when I saw the opportunity. I did not seek Marjolaine out. If she thought I was coming for her, she would have me caught again.
Yeah, Ross. Liliana's origin story is actually can be played in the Liliana's Song DLC. And if you go to the YouTube archive playlist for this, it is actually the first episode. And so you come to Ferelden, to Lothering.
I was tempted to confront her. I was furious, betrayed. But what could I do against her? And so I fled to Ferelden, to the Chantry and the Maker. Ferelden protected my person, and the Maker saved my soul. And that is the reason I am here. The real reason. No more lies between us, at least in this.
Well, thank you for trusting me with this.
It feels good to have this off my chest. Thank you for listening and understanding.
All right. Let's see here. Let's talk with Severin real quick.
I've a question, if I may.
Go ahead.
Well, here's the thing. I swore an oath to serve, yes, and I understand the quest you're on, and this is all very fine and well. My question pertains to what you intend to do with me once this business is over with, as a point of curiosity.
I mean, you could go if you wanted.
Could I? And what if I didn't wish to leave?
Well, I could always use a friend.
Indeed. I might even be glad to call myself such, come to think of it. It is good to know what my options might be, but that is for another time. For now, we have much to do, yes?
It's like I could always use a friend, especially one that's very good at stabbing things and doesn't want to stab me.
What say you?
Can't answer this question.
By all means.
What does it take to become an assassin?
Well, the Crows would have you believe that it is an involved process that takes years of training. The sort that tests both your resolve and your endurance. Survive that process and maybe, just maybe, you're good enough to start being considered one of them. But quite frankly, the truth is that all it requires is a desire to kill people for a living. It's surprising how well one can do in such a field.
At least, I do like how blunt Zephyrin is. He doesn't sugarcoat things at all. He's just like, yeah, if you want to be a good assassin, you just gotta be okay with killing people for money. So it doesn't take any special skill.
I don't know about that. It's simply a slightly different skill set from your average killer, as I see it. An assassin simply specializes in striking from stealth, and in maximizing that first attack to be as lethal as possible. Debilitate your foe, either by poison or by crippling their limbs, makes any follow-up combat you need to engage in that much simpler.
Well, that sounds like it could be useful.
See? Getting paid for the act is beside the point. An assassin is more a tactical choice than a lifestyle. Of course, the Crows like to pretend that their abilities are trade secrets, shrouded in shadows and wrapped in a blanket of mystery. So let's just keep this between you and me, shall we?
Okay, specialization, or Carolina, if she wanted to, could be an assassin. Because she's a rogue. Let's see. The other options we have would be duelist or bard. We're not doing bard because that's support. Duelist focuses on face-to-face combat, primarily with melee, I believe. Let's see here. We could also go with assassin. Assassin is more about backstabbing and critical hits, and they get exploit weakness. I'm not entirely sure which one I want to do quite yet. Although lore-wise, duelist would probably fit better for Carolina than assassin. I mean, she's already a thief. Well, kleptomaniac.
What's on your mind?
Have you changed your mind about Alistair and me?
I have watched you for a time, and perhaps I was wrong. There seems to be something special between the two of you. He seems less guarded when in your company, allows himself to relax, and he seems genuinely happy.
Well, I am happy with him.
I think I was too harsh in my judgment before, and I am sorry.
You want the best for both of us, I understand.
What you have may not last forever. Death and duty may part you, but love's worthiness is not diminished because of that. I should have seen this before. Instead, you learn to cherish every precious moment that you spend together, knowing that it may be the last. And for those of us watching, well, it brings warmth to these old bones to know that something so beautiful can be found in the midst of chaos and strife.
Yeah, Wynn's reactions to the various romances you can have kind of vary. She finds Alistair and a Lady Warden, be it Cousland, Amel, or what have you. I think Alistair will romance any warden as long as they're female. But she finds that one wholesome, and it doesn't take much to convince her, hey, you're wrong about us. I'm pretty sure she'll find the Liliana romance. Her thing is like, why are you wooing someone from the Chantry? They have vows, and you can tell her, like, she didn't take the vows yet. Oh, never mind. I've never romanced Zevran, so I don't know what she says about Zevran. She's not really sure what to think of the romance between a male warden and Morrigan. Because Morrigan is an apostate. And in her view, a Maleficarum. So she's a lot more tempted to go unclean. But, you know, whatever.
What's on your mind?
Feeling better now?
Oh, yes, and thank you for asking.
I'm feeling much better today.
Please let me know if there's anything I can do.
Well, thank you for your kindness, my dear. It certainly warms these rickety old bones.
All right. Let's see here.
Something you need, my dear? Well, we're in camp. Now's as good a time as any to talk, right?
Where do you see this going?
You don't hold back on the hard questions, huh? I don't know where this is going. We have the Blight to think of first, don't we? Everything else just seems so distant.
I think either 1 or 3 would be that. Although 3 can kind of... Okay, 1 is like, if we care about each other, that's all that matters. It gives him an out. 3 can be taken as... It says, I won't let you go, Alistair, no matter what. It could be taken as, I'm in this for the long haul. It can also sound kind of stalkery. It's like, hey... No matter what you want, I'm not letting you go. Huh. I think we're gonna go with 1.
Is it? What about duty? What about honor? Those things are important too, aren't they? I hope they don't come between us, but I can't say that they won't. I'm sorry. This isn't really the time for this conversation. Please, let's just talk about this another time.
Oh, that's not... That was not the right answer. Okay, let's see here. Do I have an autosave? Hello, game. Nope, the last one is us beating... That's 450. Oh, fuck. Okay, we'll redo all that. Okay. I didn't want to sound clingy and stalkery. I guess that's what he wanted to hear. Oh well.
Got it.
This is what you get for... Alright, we'll go here first, so
I have been studying Mother's grimoire. Do you wish to hear what I have found?
What'd you find?
'Tis not what I expected. I had hoped for a collection of her spells.
Yeah, you look disturbed.
Here, in great detail, Flemeth explains
let
the
me
means
guess.
by which that Flemeth has... And now I know. They are all Flemeth. When her body becomes old and wizened, she raises a daughter.
She's rescinding you.
According to the tome, if the host is already powerful and trained in magic, it takes far less time for Flemeth to settle in.
So would she have another daughter?
Not by any natural means. Or perhaps she simply wished me gone from the Kolkari wilds, so she could prepare her ritual in peace. A disturbing thought.
Are you certain about this?
Indeed. I recognize all of it. I am to be her next host. This is my purpose.
So what do you intend to do
There is
about
only
it?
one. I will not sit about like an empty sack waiting
Very
to be filled.
well, I will help
Flemeth
you
must
when
be
you
slain.
can.
Then what needs to be done is, if I am confronted, the thing I must have is her true grimoire.
I'll see what I can do.
I am.
All right. We'll talk with Liana.
Something I can help with?
Oh yeah. Need to give gifts to people. So Zevran. Oh yeah, I got more of these. Okay. Take the gold
I
bar.
shall treasure it. Thank you.
And the rare tea of
I
brandy.
shall treasure it. Thank you.
Okay. Some technique. Vessel. Great. Yoink. Yoink.
I'll get on it.
Alright, willpower. Magic for magic resistance. Mastery. Let's do evasion. Okay. Well, talk Severin.
I've a question, if I may.
Go ahead.
Well, my question pertains to what you intend to do with me.
Go if you
Could I?
wanted.
And what if I didn't wish
Could
to?
always use a
Indeed,
friend.
it is good.
Okay. Gonna go ahead and do that Civil War thing.
Alright, alright.
Liliana. Alistair. And Morgan.
Indeed.
Accept. Civil War. That happens. Level up Morgan. Magic, magic, magic. And Stone Fist. Level up Liliana. Dex, Dex. Dex, 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 Dex. Cunning, cunning, cunning. Next. Master Combat Training next. Bard, Bard. There. Okay. Oh yeah. And give you this. And we'll give you that, that, and that. Beastman's dagger. Green blade. There we go. Okay.
Rough travels out here, eh? We even saw Darkspawn on the way in. We're delivering a message to the Chantry in Denerim. We saw a
about?
blood mage down near the
Here to stop you.
Stay.
Nice. There we go. Party venture forth.
Get your horses off, Ben. Look, win.
I see enemies ahead.
And then we just murder, death, kill all these Good.
We showed those
Yeah,
upstarts.
did that. We'll loot him. Him.
Alright, alright.
Get the elf fruit. that. All right. Forth, back to camp.
I lied to you, you know, about why I left Orlais.
So you didn't.
I came to Ferelden and the Chantry because I was being hunted.
Hunted what for?
The skills I learned, I used to serve her. My bard master.
How'd she betray you?
It was my. I don't know who this man was. She gave me a name and
important documents.
My Marjolaine had been selling all kinds of information about
Isn't
Orlais.
that what bards do?
Orlais has been at war with so many countries.
Most countries don't.
I should have
treason.
I believed her. I kept believing. It was a traitor's punishment I endured.
How'd you get out?
I did not seek Marjolaine out. If she thought.
So you came to Ferelden.
And that is the reason I am here.
Thank you for trusting me with this. All right. Well, let's go ahead and speak with Liliana.
Someone
again.
I can help with?
Never mind. Talk with Wynn.
What's on your mind?
Alistair.
He seems less guarded when in your company. Allows himself to.
Very happy.
I think I was too harsh in my judgment before.
One best for both
what do you
of
have
us.
And for.
Alright, and then we'll ask her how she's doing.
What's on your mind?
Feeling better now.
Yes, and thank you for asking. I'm feeling much
There's anything
well.
I can do. Alright, let's quick save. Alistair.
Something you need, my dear?
Personal.
Well, we're in camp.
Where do you see this going between
Wow.
us?
I don't know where this is going. We have the Blight to think of first, don't we? Everything else just seems so...
Alright, we'll go with 3 this time. I won't let you go no matter what.
Let's hope we have that option. This isn't really the time for this conversation. Please, let's just talk about this another time.
Well, he didn't hate it. So I'm going to take that as a win. And before we leave, for the time being, we're going to head...
Yes.
Let's do... Shale. Liliana. We're going to head back to Redcliffe. Because I want to make sure Isolde is still alive. Oh. Encounter. And I think I know whose. Yep.
You will squish satisfying.
Make them reserve it.
You will perish.
Don't kill him.
Why not?
He is no common bandit. None of them were. Their weapons and armor are of fine make, and they are well trained. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Who are you?
Someone who regrets taking you on. I was told it would be an easy job. Kill the little red-haired girl. Deal with the others as we pleased.
Kill the... You came to kill me?
I'm redheaded. Who is trying to kill Liliana?
I don't pay to ask why someone wants someone else dead. I just need to know what to do and where to get my money. Ha! Money. I'll be lucky to get away with my life, it seems. Maybe we could work something out. You like the idea?
Speak quickly.
I've no real quarrel with you. Wasn't me that wanted you dead. But I know how you can find the one who does.
Your life for information, then.
I have some directions written down on how to get to the house. It's in Denerim. Yeah. It's the best I can do.
Thank you. Now leave. I never want to see you again.
Yes, go. Be grateful for your life.
Don't worry. I'll not trouble you no more.
It's Marjolaine. It has to be.
I thought you had escaped from her.
I thought the same. Maybe someone saw me. Maybe she's finally found me and wants to finish what she started.
Well, what do you wish to do?
She needs to answer for what she's done to me. If we are ever in Denerim, I would like to seek her out.
Alright. We'll go when we can.
Perhaps it's time to settle this score for good.
Alright, let's level up Shale. And give her 30 in strength and then 30 in con. Then we'll actually give her some dex. Let's do Hurl Rock. And then Stone Aura. Paralyzes her. Yeah. Well, let's do Stone Roar. Alright.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back? Now's better than later.
Alright. Motherfucker. Party. Okay. This way. Servant. Study. Uh-oh. Looks like
Can I get you a ladder
game's
so you can
wanting
get off my back?
to end here pretty soon. That's okay. We're almost done anyway. There's Connor. Alright, I sold still alive. Thank God. So the codex is wrong. Stupid. Ooh, vault. Let's unlock the vault. Oh, I've already stolen it. I mean, appropriate everything from here. I didn't steal anything. You can't prove nothing.
All right, all right.
Yeah, I need to... You know, we're not even gonna go to camp. We're just gonna... We're gonna save the game here. Alright, so that'll be the end of the stream for today. So you're in a couple hours, we'll be streaming Batman Arkham City. And we're going to be returning the cure, or Raish's blood to Mr. Freeze, and possibly fight him. Who knows? Tomorrow in Cyberpunk 2077, we're going to go on a date with Judy, and then we're going to move into City Center to do some of the side gigs and NCPD assault things. Then what do I want to say? Sunday, we're going to start Mass Effect 3 in the Insanity of Victor Shepard. Unlike the previous times we streamed Mass Effect 3, this time I've got the Extended Galaxy mod installed, so the stories are going to be a little different. Monday in Final Fantasy 2, that's why I said finally, I was thinking Final Fantasy 2, or 10-2. We're going to see if we can finish Chapter 1 without the game crashing on us. Then on Wednesday, afternoon stream will be RoboCop. We're going to interrogate Soot, the leader of the Torchheads, to see what his connection is with the quote-unquote new guy in town. And then in the evening, the Floof crew and I will continue our campaign to detesticularize the entire forces available of the mid-century Germans in Sniper Elite Resistance. I hate that I can't just say what they actually are. Damn you, Twitch, TOS. And then next Thursday in the Aircraft Showcase, we're going to look at the EF-2000 Typhoon. And then next week in Dragon Age, we're going to return to our quest for the Urn of Sacred Ashes. But other than that, I thank you all for joining me. I hope you had fun. And I will see you guys in a couple hours with Batman Arkham City. Take care, everybody.